So for this camp, and any given day, Ryan wakes up and he runs like Forrest Gump. And he doesn't have to, but he does.
I've ran without a t-shirt, and I don't know how long. I forgot how easy it was without a sauna suit.
8 miles to start each day. Sometimes more. Never less.
I start off my day with running because it helps me with my mentality and just helps me think about things. It's really good for my mental health as well. I need to cut weight, so running is the best form of cutting weight for me.
How many miles was that, Ryan?
8 miles, baby.
You know what sort of pace you got?
No.
But it was fast.
But it was damn fast.
How you feel?
Amazing.
They say the potential for greatness lies within all of us. But only those who've achieved greatness can attest to the truth. That it is earned through discipline. Every day, no excuses.
Some fighters train to improve. Ryan Garcia looks like he's training to reclaim his name. And that's a different level of urgency. After the Raleigh loss, the noise wasn't only outside, it was personal.
All right, Rhino.
Thank you.
Discipline is everything. Ryan's super disciplined. One day he says, hey, you gotta cut down on this, cut down on that. It goes down to him and how he's gonna cut his weight and how he's feeling.
Food is damn good. Carlos makes some good food. Weight's coming off, my body's performing well, and we're all doing a great job collaborating together to get the best result possible.
For dinner tonight, we got some real nice beef tenderloin, AKA fillets. Right, got a little mashed potatoes. We got our mushroom mix right here. We're gonna saute them with a little butter. We got our broccoli all blanched off. We're ready to fire everything. You have all the elements that he needs to be a top athlete.
I just monitor my eating, keep assessing myself every time I take a bite, see if it worked, if it was enough, if it wasn't enough, and then make adjustments. You gotta evaluate yourself and master yourself, because nobody's gonna know your body better.
You can see it in camp now. No outside influence or stray energy, no drifting between moments, just Sweat and Henry Garcia standing there like a human lie detector. Training with your dad again hits differently. There's no yes man in the corner. If Ryan cuts around short, Henry sees it. If he fades, Henry feels it.
I'm training Sean, and with Ryan, of course, I'm the assistant trainer, co-trainer. But, you know, again, I'm their dad, so it doesn't matter. I mean, you know.
The vibes are amazing, baby.
For Ryan, the truth is it doesn't matter because he's too disciplined to let the weight or the next day weigh-in be a problem for him.
You think it's just a working out thing, but it's more of a mental battle. And Ryan's so accustomed to it at this point that I truly don't believe it's going to affect him in any way. He just has a mission and he knows what he needs to accomplish.
It's pretty much the same process, getting down to 140 and then understanding when you gotta make that final cut. You don't want to do it too early because it's tough living in dehydration. That's why you have to pay attention to every moment, how much water intake, just so you can balance and make things a little bit more easier for yourself.
That changes a man. Since the Devin Haney fight, something shifted, not in a dramatic way, more like a reset button. This version feels closer to the kid who used to throw that left hook like it owed him money. But here's the twist. He's calmer, still fast, still flashy, but the movements aren't rushed.
You've been with me too long.
Too long, baby. Right now, we're about 3 weeks away, so we're getting ready to hit our peak phase, all the explosive work.
We've been doing it 6 years now. So when he comes in, I see immediately where he's at, and that's how we break our workout out for that day.
Pain is, you can't do anything about it. You just have to accept it. The best move you could do is to keep going. If you're gonna stop during the workout, don't work out. Just wait for tomorrow. If your body needs that much rest, then get your ass home and sleep.
Everybody always wants to cut 5 to 10 pounds the last week of the fight, but during that week, you lose your strength. We ain't losing no strength. We doing this the right way. He's eating right, he has the nutrition on point, we're doing the strength and conditioning on point. We're way ahead of schedule. We're ready to fight right now if we needed to, and we still got 3 weeks left. That's the crazy part. We're keeping it focused, we're keeping it strong, we're keeping it powerful, we're keeping it explosive. Man, we're just excited for this fight.
The vibe in camp isn't watch me, it's trust me. And against Mario Barrios, that matters because Barrios isn't a highlight reel. He's a problem you have to solve. Ryan knows one more slip and the narrative gets ugly. So now it's discipline over drama. Less tweeting, more rounds. The old Ryan might be back, but sharper, quieter, and done playing around.
This is where the hard work is done, so I don't mind it. I mean, I'm used to it.
Yeah.
You know, like Muhammad Ali said, you know, you hate training, but you suffer so you can live the rest of your life as a champ. So that's why I think every time when I'm tired or anything, I'm just like, let's suffer, come on. Oh, it's good pain. Makes you grow. But I don't really get tired.
And if Ryan's camp feels like redemption, then across town, it feels like strategy with a smirk. Mario Barrios isn't in there chasing a comeback story. He's quietly building a trap. No cinematic speeches, no father-son nostalgia, just thought after thought on the heavy bag and Joe Goose and watching like a man who knows exactly what Ryan does well and exactly where it cracks.
Back in Mario's world, the gym is quieter. But don't mistake that for pain-free. Today is strength and conditioning with Coach Tony Brady, whose 2 decades of experience add another layer of expertise to Team Barrios.
This workout's gonna suck today. It usually always does, but I mean, it's the work that's necessary for this fight. I mean, I'm thankful, for Tony Brady, but at the same time, I hate seeing him in here.
Yeah, that Joe Goosen, Ryan's former architect, now sketching blueprints for the opposition. That's not petty. That's chess with receipts. Barrios has already been through fire. Gervonta Davis tested his chin and Manny Pacquiao tested his patience. You don't survive nights like that and come out soft. You come out calibrated.
Barrios may not be backed by a money team, but his trainer, Hall of Fame tactician Virgil Hunter, helped Andre Ward, Amir Khan, Abner Mares, and others reach stardom, and will bring an edge in experience.
Mario, he's the type of kid that you enjoy coming to the gym for. He understands the importance of coming out and doing a full camp to give himself an opportunity to get in great shape and also to be able to work on some things. You'll make contact with the gloves, okay? Real quick. Okay. That's a tribute to his dedication and desire. If you hard to count the defeat, game plan simple, win.
He's not the fastest guy in the room. Not the flashiest, but he's durable in a way that ruins plans. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Barrios doesn't need to be spectacular. He needs to be steady. If Ryan wants rhythm, Barrios brings turbulence. If Ryan wants space, Barrios crowds the lease. This camp isn't about noise. It's about memory. And Goosen remembers everything.
I go with my fighter, I look to win, and I predict victory.
I'm gonna do whatever it takes come June 26th to make sure that he isn't successful. It doesn't matter who you are, I'm not giving up this belt.
And that's where it gets even messier because now Tim Desert Storm Bradley jumps in sounding like he's already pacing the ring in his living room talking about, "I sense a knockout." And I'm sitting there like, okay, Tim, say it with your chest. Then the moment he brings up Joe Goosen knowing Ryan's Achilles heel, I perk up too because that's real. That's inside baseball. Bradley basically says Goosen's holding the cheat codes and I don't disagree. But then he flips it and starts dissecting Ryan like a mechanic who's tired of pretending the engine isn't rattling. He's calling Ryan average without the speed and left hook. And that's spicy. But let's be honest, there's truth sprinkled in there. We've all seen the upright stance, the chin high like it's sightseeing, the jab that floats back low.
Barrios can fight a little bit, fight off the back foot a little bit. You know, he can do a little bit of everything. Counter punch, you know, slip counters, blocking shoots, catching shoots. Like he got a bag. He does. He's average in every single department. Got a really good jab, a hell of a right hand, man. That right hand is gonna be money for him in this fight. I would also say the left hook, to be honest with you. I think one of the most ironic things about Ryan Garcia is you never want to hook with.
And just when Bradley's knockout radar starts beeping, Wade Plemons slides in with that calm but cutting energy like, alright, but let's actually look at this. I love it. Because Wade isn't yelling, he's dissecting. The moment he calls this face-off respectful but charged, I'm nodding. You can feel Ryan trying to balance confidence without spiraling into chaos. Wade points out that the Raleigh loss was embarrassing. And yeah, that word stings, but sometimes you need sting to spark urgency. Then he flips it and quietly reminds us that Barrios isn't exactly riding a victory parade either. 2 draws, one against a late 40s Manny Pacquiao. That's not dominance, that's survival. And when Wade says this isn't a foregone conclusion, that's where it gets interesting because we keep acting like somebody's resume is bulletproof here. It's not. Ryan's Haney win reversed. Tank loss clear. Biggest clean win, Luke Campbell. Barrios big names, but mixed results.
Barrios does have some pop on his shots, and he has some counter-punching ability where I think he can hurt Ryan Garcia. Do I see this fight going a distance? I don't think this fight's going to go to distance. I think there's going to be a knockout in this fight. It's either going to be Ryan Garcia catching him as he's coming in, or vice versa. You know, you're going to have Barrios catching Ryan Garcia as he comes in, or even if he exits.
Tim pointing out that Barrios' right hand could be money. Facts. Especially if Ryan keeps posing after combinations like the camera's still on that viral bag clip. But here's where I push back on Tim just a little. Saying Ryan's only special because of speed and power is like saying a Ferrari is only special because it's fast. Yeah, that's kind of the point. Still, Bradley's right about one thing. If Ryan can't handle a gritty, solid, well-schooled guy like Mario Barrios, then all the social media shine in the world won't save the narrative. And when Tim says this doesn't go the distance, I feel that, too. Not because it has to be chaos, but because both guys have habits that get punished. Barrios swells. Ryan leaves doors open. That's combustion waiting for a spark. Bradley's not selling hype. He's daring Ryan to prove he's more than flash. And honestly, that tension is what makes this fight feel volatile.
Firing back and finds a way to, you know, make sure the gap ain't too far out. You know, so
this is what pisses me off about Gervonta Davis. I was just thinking about this. Gervonta Davis has beaten Ryan Garcia, he's beaten Mario Barrios, and he's beaten Rolly Romero. And the dude can't keep his act together long enough to become an all-time great or one of the greats of this generation in the sport. I think the dude is so skilled, but he's such a
he's one of those guys that's going to come to fight, you know, and we're going to have a great one on our hands. So he just seemed like the right person.
So now we're not debating greatness. We're debating who fixes their flaws faster. I like how Wade questions experience as the magic ingredient. He even brings up Shakur, exposing that myth, and that's facts. Experience doesn't block a left hook. Fundamentals might. And when Ryan says freestyle with technique, I laughed because that's either genius or chaos dressed nicely. Wade pokes at that too, and I respect it. Then Ryan talking about Joe Goosen like he's licking his lips at the matchup. That's either supreme confidence or playing with fire. And Wade asking whether coaches make fighters or fighters make coaches. That's the chess question nobody wants to answer. Mario switching trainers could be evolution or desperation in disguise. Ryan saying he knows what Joe's drilling. That's psychological warfare. But here's what really sticks with me. Wade saying this is legacy pressure for Ryan. That's it. This isn't about noise. This is about trajectory. If Ryan wins, the doors fly open. If he doesn't, the narrative tightens. For Barrios, he's tired of being the almost guy in big fights. So now we've got desperation versus validation. Bradley felt a knockout. Wade feels tension. I feel volatility. And when both fighters admit one punch can flip the script, you already know this isn't about politeness at the face-off table. It's about who blinks when leather starts flying.
To a Conor Benn fight, you got to get through this one. And for Mario Barrios, he's had, like, the resume is phenomenal. Only problem is he doesn't win a lot of the biggest fights of his career, right? He loses to Gervonta, loses to Keith Thurman, draw with Abel Ramos, draw with Manny Pacquiao. Barrios needs that signature win in his career. He has the Ugas win, that's a big one, but Ryan Garcia would take him over the hump. And again, you could say that he, and him being the champion, unifications are out there. Rolly Romero is there. Again, Devin Haney at 147. You have potentially a Conor Benn fight for the WBC belt. He can continue to put himself in position for massive.
And while Wade's breaking it down like a strategist, Greg Hackett comes in with zero patience and just flips the table. Becky Cash asks him about Ryan versus Barrios. And Greg basically says, cool fight, but is Ryan even locked in? And that's the uncomfortable layer nobody wants to sit with. When Greg says it's hard to take Ryan serious right now because he's outside the gym doing everything but living in it, I felt that. Not hate, accountability. He's not mad at the promotion. He's questioning the priority. February 21st is around the corner and Greg's like, shouldn't you already be in fight mode, tunnel vision? That's not trolling. That's fighter logic. Then he drops that cold line about boxing being a fine line between superstar and forgotten, and that's facts. This sport doesn't do loyalty. You lose wrong once and the same crowd that crowned you starts asking what happened.
On your turn, and that's what I was getting ready to say. This fight right here should be just more focused than locked in, because if he wins world champion at 47, and he needs something like that. He never been world champion, right?
No, he's never been world champion.
So I don't know. I think he just hung up on the entertainment aspect of it, and you know he is where he is. Like, I don't know. I really don't understand it, but I guess he's reached that point where it's hard to tell him. It's hard to tell him because he made so much money, and you know he is a superstar.
Now here's where it gets spicy. Greg basically says if he was Barrios' manager, he wouldn't even want the fight because beating Ryan right now doesn't carry the same weight. That's a wild take, but I get the angle. If Ryan looks distracted and you beat him, critics say, well, yeah, he wasn't focused. If he beats you, now you're the storyline. That's high risk, weird reward territory. But then Greg gives Barrios credit too, saying after Tank, he wasn't even supposed to rebuild like this. That's real respect. So now we've got desperation from Ryan, validation from Barrios, skepticism from Greg. And here's the thing, sometimes the loudest criticism is the best fuel. If Ryan hears that and gets offended the right way, that's dangerous. If he shrugs it off, that's dangerous too. Just not for Barrios.
Was comb his hair to the side, clean his face up, and he looked like an innocent kid again. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's hard to take him serious. If I was Barrios, I wouldn't even fight him. For real. If I was Barrios' manager, I wouldn't even have him fight that guy. Because you really, like, you beat him, but then it's like, all right, you beat Ryan Garcia, though. He's been beat before, and he's not taking the game serious. He beat you, you just...
So when you zoom all the way out, this fight stops being about left hooks and right hands and starts being about identity under pressure. You've got Ryan Garcia trying to prove he's still the main character, not a headline that peaked too early. You've got Mario Barrios trying to turn solid champion into undeniable force. Bradley smells a knockout. Wade sees legacy stakes. Greg questions the focus. Different voices, same tension. This isn't just a title fight, it's a reputation audit. If Ryan wins, the redemption arc gets loud. If Barrios wins, he finally flips the script on being the almost guy. And the scary part, both of them have just enough flaws to make this combustible. That's why it feels volatile, not predictable, not safe, volatile. So now I'm throwing it to you. Is this the night Ryan proves the discipline is real? Or is Barrios about to expose the difference between hype and hardened? Who blinks first when the exchanges get tight? Drop your take in the comments. Let's really talk about it. And yo, don't ever forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Pulse. See you in the next one.